I just want to. I just wanted to see is everyone is. I just wanted to see how everybody is doing. I haven't uploaded in 2 days because the winter arc, like I said, is a redefining moment. It only takes 6 months. 6 months to fully complete the challenge. Not even a challenge to me, but something even better. I should buy a little. I should buy a camera, right? I, I'll probably do that. Buy a camera, but that's something I'll have to wait it out for. You know, you know what's so funny is that two of my friends wanted to hang out, right? And I thought about it. I said, although this would have been a great time to reconnect with some old friends and maybe go watch or maybe see a Saw movie and everything, but I'm having but I have to fully lock in, man. I can't allow myself to fully be distracted. Not a single bit. Hope been paying attention this whole time. You know? I didn't mean to scare you, but you've been too distracted for too long. I know you're still on the phone. A minute has passed, I'm surprised, and you're probably wondering what did I blow your eardrums with? It's an Ataz death whistle. This one is an authentic one. But if I blow it any more louder, I mean right now it's like 11:32 at night. I know my mother is sleeping like in my living room, so I definitely don't want to disturb her peace because it's not worth. You know what I'm saying? But enough of that, right? So pretty. It's a pretty cool. It's a pretty cool whistle. Like has a nice skull and everything. Like I could sit it. I sit it on my top shelf, and it scares the daylight out of people because like here's a little fun fact. Like these whistles were not made for war cries. They were made for like sacrificials, and it was supposed to resemble the screams of a human. I remember taking this outside once, and it was in the middle of the night in a highway. I blew that shit, boy. I blew that shit, boy. That scared somebody. I've never seen a couple people ran from their lives. I don't blame them forever. I don't blame them from reacting in a way that like, oh shoot. Now you're probably wondering why do I have one? Well, well, you may never know. You may never know what you can find. You just may never know what you can find. But I, but for me, the bulk is gonna go crazy. I just gotta buy a shit ton of meat and chicken, heavily a lot of meat and chicken, and cut out all sugars necessary, and remove anything that screams oiled, mineral oil as well. I haven't eaten a lot of mineral oils, but I feel like my face has reduced the puffiness. That's the real kicker. That's the two things I gotta do. When I wake up tomorrow, I did miss. And I'm not gonna lie, I did miss one good day. I missed one day of working out. Not because I didn't feel like or anything like that, because something else did came along. But I did made it up at home. But I might have to continue it on just to kind of get the extra pump from my chest. Chest shouldn't really be that simple. Like as soon as I wake up before I head out, just go straight to the store, buy the oils, come back home, and go to the gym, bust out the hardest workout ever, come back home, right? Check it, check it, check it. After that, you know, go buy the meat, use that for the next couple of weeks, and mwah, I'll be consistent on that in no time. The only downside is that when you work the overnight shift, it could be brutal. That's like the only real thing. But other than that, we're still hanging in there. We're still making this happen. You know, fuck the haters too, man. You can never let them know anything. If there's one thing I've learned about people over the years is that not everyone is turned out to be the same. I learned that a long time ago, as young as 10 years old. Being the bigger man, it's not always about on who starts the fight or how they end the fight or how to prevent it. It's simply about a negotiation. It's all about agreements and understanding. You can never let your emotion get the best of you because one person did some dumb shit. You know, there is this one story that I have, and I'm not gonna lie, I could have immediately done it as well. So a long time ago, my this was I think I was like coming home. I think I was resting when this all happened, but my brother, right? He was. Oh no, I thought I was something else. From what I saw, I thought I was something else. But my brother was in a community gym because he's a pretty fit athlete for himself, right? Some random dude. I don't know if he was around his age or anything like that. He said he came up to him and slapped him. It's entirely unknown if it was a dare or because my brother does have a couple friends. We don't know the intentions if this person was if he did it out of his own intentions, if he was dared, or someone told him to. I may never know, and he may never know neither. So my phone at that point was on silent because I don't use my phone like that. I don't physically use my phone. If there's anyone who knows me, is that my phone always stays on silent because now obviously though, like on do obviously if you have an iPhone like on Do Not Disturb, you do have the option to like to allow like messages and phone calls so you can at least stay alert and stay in touch with those you want to. And that's what I typically did, right? No big deal. Now, but sleep mode is the most important. Sleep. Obviously, I woke up. I woke up to a loud noise. So I said, I may as well wake up now. Start. I may as well start now. Get everything together. So when I do come back home, I have another video and another thing to do while I'm still up, rather than just not waste my time. I'd rather use this time wisely, you know? So he calls, he leaves a couple text messages, and I guess he was so frustrated that even led to voicemails. So I'm looking at all this, and he wanted me to come with him so he could beat up the guy together. Now, as a big brother, and as somebody who was raised as someone who was assessing the situation, I remember the time how I came home and the only other person I can really go to was my father because I didn't have a big brother or anyone in my life like that. So really this information was new to me. But I remember the one thing my father always say is that how do you feel currently? He felt pissed, he felt angry, and I asked him what is the end game goal behind all this? He said there is none. Then I said I have no reason to come with you because he doesn't look because these were the kind of people that starts troubles and disturbing your peace. I get it. I get it. You want to prove a point, but proving a point like that. Listen, I get it. Someone slapped you in the face, and personally, I would never take that disrespect. But that's more of a you and a that's really more of a one on one competition. I don't think really, in my opinion, as well. I know some people would be like, "Oh no, man, you should be out there." My brother was 16 at the time. Like my brother was like 17, almost 18 at the time. He was pretty ripped, and he could pretty much sure know how to fight. What am I gonna like? What am I actually gonna be there for? Outside from literally just watching. Like I'm not gonna touch him. I'm not gonna really do anything. I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to try to have an understanding. I'm gonna try to figure out what was his intention or what made him think that he thought it was okay to slap another man like that. The point is not because I'm not trying to get the better of him or not trying to be the bigger man. No, I'm just trying to understand on why he did it and what he could have done and what he could have done so differently. Maybe just don't do it. This older folk there was this older man that I once knew. He simply said is that there's a time and a place there's a time and a place when you have to fight. Now, here's the thing. A slap in the face, it's not really a massive threat. Now, if he beat the living fuck out of him, or if he straight up, or if he threatened him, now immediately, immediately, my intentions would no longer have a reason for talking because now this is personal. A slap in the face. I mean, come on. Come on. Let's actually be for real. Now, Now, my brother was a little more older. My brother was a little more older. If it was like a little younger, I could definitely understand. Like, oh, I can understand. Like, like someone's doing all that. Got you. But he was a little more older. I'm sure he could hold his own in that situation. I don't think not every situation you wouldn't really need to call up anybody. And I definitely would see why he felt the need to call his own family member for that. But at the end of the day, there are just some situations you're just gonna have to tough it up on your own, and you're gonna have to tough it up on your own, and you need to disclose this case entirely. Once the beef is over, you need to call the troops, shake hands, apologize to each other, make peace, and never happen again. That's just how it's gonna be. There's no exception because if you allow it to continue fighting, the cycle is gonna continue. Because now he's not gonna forget. He's never gonna forget. I told my brother is that every day men are always being tested, not by their physical, but mental. It's more than just battle IQ, but hold on, I think there was something here. Where's my phone? Because I do have like a picture of some of these stuff, which I think is very important. Let me do something because I found this awesome picture on the internet by this dude, and he explained the properties of the history of human intelligence, basically. Give me 1 minute. I know this video was a little long, but I wanted to show you guys something. Okay, so basically, I don't know if anybody could see this, right? Okay. I don't think anybody can really see all that. Okay, so you have PQ, IQ, EQ, and SQ. What my brother was preferring more was was his PQ. Basically, his physical work. Basically his physical PQ is like your body awareness and skill usefulness. It's like building your body and what you use that for as well. IQ is neurons and analyzing intelligence. Think of SATs. You know, that test. Like the test that you take before you go to college, basically. EQ is managing and resourcing with our relationships, and this is what I was trying to aim for because my relationship with my brother has always been so distant, you know. But I wanted to attest to this and really show that violence was never really the answer. He was only testing you to see how you react. But it's how you respond can change the course. If you react in violence, he's going to feed off of that violence because that's what he's known. If you approach to him with peaceful and understanding, he understands that this guy is not that. This guy maybe not be fucking around. And then there's SQ, which is acting inner and guiding to wisdom. That's and what I'm really trying to learn more about and trying to really, really trying to bring is more wisdom. Because one thing that my community is lacking the most is wisdom. Not saying anybody is not particularly anybody is now. I'm not calling anybody out negatively in any way, but I just think that their methods are too outdated and they're so stuck into the past that it honestly destroyed their whole bloodline because they just simply allowed an entire group of people to feed them all these unwanted informations into the youth, and now they believe that they could do this and that, and they don't even know the full real meaning of what it means to be part of their own community. You know, I'm tired of seeing young I'm really tired of seeing young men out here pretend to be wannabe gangs or they're out on the street doing crimes that they're not supposed to, and they're either in jail, they're 6 feet under, they're not working, and they're lost mentally. They don't have. It's like they don't have purpose. They don't have understanding. It's like no one was there for them. I know not everybody. I know not everyone doesn't have that, but I believe the first step to it is going about it and looking through the other person and ask yourself, what can we do better? And if it does happen again, which I know it will most likely will, then we have no choice but to set an example. I remember how deeply important it is to ever feel love, but that's another topic for another time. But I dragged this video out for a little too long. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.